Hello friends, welcome to my channel here at Keys, and in this video let me explain how to send mail from our .NET Core Baby API with the below scenarios. So the first scenario is very simple, sending plain text message, and the second one is sending mail with an HTML content. It includes some images and links, and the third one is sending mail with an attachment, and the final one is sending mail with multiple attachment files. Okay. Here the first step is we have to create the web API application. I am already having one existing application. I am going to reuse the same, and my application version is .NET 7. If you have .NET 6, that also fine. And the next step is we have to install the packages MimeKit and also MailKit. So in our application, right click and manage NuGet packages. Search like a MimeKit. The first one, okay, it is installed, and the second one is MailKit. Okay. So if you are using Visual Studio Code, the same packages you have to install through our command line prompt. Okay. So let me rebuild our application. And the next thing is we can create the required files. I'm going to have one helper folder, and here we can create one CS file, mail request. Here we can have some properties that actually we are using in our mail. And the second one is subject. And the same way I'm going to create one more CS file, that is for the email settings. Here we can have the properties of from email. Okay. Password, host, display name, and the final one is port number. Okay, our model classes are ready, and the same properties we can declare in our app settings.json file. So the first one is email. So here you have to provide your from email. Okay. And the second one is password. Here you have to provide your password. And the next one is host. The host smtp gmail.com. Okay. And the next one is display name. Here are the keys. And the final one is port number. We can use the 587. Okay. So we can save this one, and also let me configure this one in our middleware, so then only we can use through the dependency injection. Builder.services configure email settings. Again this builder dot configuration get a section of. Here we have to provide our section name. The section is email settings. Okay. And the next thing is I'm going to create the email service. So inside the service folder, I'm going to create one interface first. email service. Okay, and also I'm going to have the implementation class also. So here we can implement that interface email service, and also we have to include in our middleware section builder.services. So here we have to include our interface and also the implementation class. So the basic configuration we have done. Now let's start our implementation. First in our interface, let me define one function. So the function name is send email. This is the asynchronous function. So we can give like this task, and the input is we already having one mail request class, mail request. So next in our implementation class, okay, and here we can have one constructor, and let me inject our email settings, private read only, email settings. Next this dot email settings equal to options dot value. Okay, this is fine. And in our send email asynchronous function, let me initiate our my message. So here we can include all the properties one by one. So the first one is sender. Sender is nothing but our from email only. So that actually available in our email settings. Okay. And the next one is to email. So the step is same like mailbox address dot parse. So the two email available in the mail request. Okay. So in our example, I am just using one to email. So in case if you have the multiple to email, so in this place we can generate one for loop. So we can add all the emails one by one. Okay. And the next thing is subject. So subject also coming from our mail request. And the next thing is body. So before that, let me declare one builder. Okay. I mean the body builder class. So here, so in this builder dot html body, so here we can include our email request dot body. Okay. I'm mail request, and finally this email dot body equal to builder dot to message body. Okay. So now we have the sender and to mail subject, and finally we have this body also. And if there is any attachment that actually we can include in this place. So before that we can complete the configuration for send and mail. So once it is working fine, we can include the attachment related changes. Okay. For sending the mail, we are going to use the SMTP client. SMTP equal to SMTP client. So first we have to connect our SMTP client. So the inputs are, so the first one is host, and the second one is port number. So finally we can include the secure circuit options. Okay, so that is the start TLS. Next we can authenticate our SMTP using our credentials. So the first one is username. So username is nothing but our from email. Email settings dot email, and then our password. Once it is authenticated, we can send a mail. So it is the asynchronous function. So we can use this await smtp dot send asynchronous function. Okay. So here we have to pass our email. And finally, we have to disconnect our SMTP. So in the service side, we have completed our changes. Now let me go to our control section. So here already I'm having one customer control. So let me reuse the same thing. So let me create one action method. And it is the post method. So let me initiate our mail request class here. So mail request dot to email equal to our official email nihiratechies@gmail.com. So next mail request dot subject, welcome to Nihira Techies. And in the body I'm providing one plain text. Okay, thanks for. So we can move this into the double quotes. Okay, and the next thing is I'm going to inject our email services here. Private read only I email service. The same thing we can inject it here. So this dot email service equal to service. So here it is the asynchronous method. So we can use the await and our mail service. Yeah, this one, email service dot send email asynchronous. We can pass our mail request. So here we can include try catch. If there is any error, we can capture. In this catch, we'll get our exception. Just to throw it. So in this app settings.json, already I'm having this test@gmail.com and dummy password. So here I'm going to change my exact from email and also the password. So now we can run our application and verify it. So let me execute this send mail function. Okay, see, we are getting the exception application specific password required. So what exactly I have done, I provided my email ID and also the password. So basically it will work exactly 1 year back. Okay. So now the Google changed their security policy. So we cannot directly use. So instead of that, we have to create the application password, app password. Okay. The second link. So if you are new to use this page, you have the option like that only. So here, first you have to choose the application. So we are going to use for our mail only. So let me choose this mail. And the next device. So we can choose the custom name SMTP mail. Finally, you have to click this generate. Okay, it will generate one key. So instead of the email password, you have to use this one. So in this password section, I just included. So we can send a mail once again. See, currently I'm getting this 200 response. Now let me go to my email. See now, I'm getting message. Thanks for subscribing us. Okay. So now instead of the plain text message, let me send an HTML content. The function actually we can use in our body section. So whatever content here we have, so let me cut everything. So in this response side, I am going to include one h1 tag. So we can provide inside the HTML content. Now let me run our application once again. We can send a mail once again. Okay, response is 200. Let me check from my mail. See. So now you can see the difference, right? Thanks for subscribing us. So initially it is the text. Now it is the HTML content. For better understanding, already I'm having some kind of HTML content that includes our channel logo and our membership joining link. So let me replace with this content. See, this is very simple. So inside the div section, I'm having the text welcome to Nigeria Techies and this one for our logo and then one text thanks for subscribed us and we have the link. This is for joining the membership and finally my contact information. Okay. So mostly if you are preparing this HTML content, try to have the inline style. So in case if you are referring additional class, so that may not going to work. So let me run the application once again. So basically what I'm recommend just to make your HTML content in the HTML page. Once it is fine, you have to include in our application. Okay. So response is fine and mail also we received. See. So completely blue background and text. We have this logo and the link. Please join membership by clicking the link. So when I'm clicking this one, see our membership joining link is opened. Okay. So anyway, let me close this one. So currently we have covered with the basic email and email with an HTML content. So now let me focus on how to add the attachments. Okay. For adding the attachments, there are two ways we can include. So the first thing is we can have some files, okay, in some other path that actually we can access from our application and add as the attachment. And another one is we can dynamically generate using our C# code, then we have to attach in our mail. In this video, I'm going to have one PDF file in our application, one of the path, so that actually we can attach from our email, okay. So first let me create one folder. So in this folder, I'm going to include one file, okay. It's a dummy PDF file only. Next, in our coding point of view, first I'm checking whether we have this file. If we have the file only, I'm going to attach. First, we can access this file using the file stream. So here, so the first input is our file path and then file mode dot open and file access read. Okay, now we have our file stream. Next, I'm going to use the memory string. On top of that, let me declare one byte array. File bytes equal to memory stream dot to array. So once we have the bytes, we can add as the attachment builder dot attachment dot add. The first one is file name. It is the PDF file. Add next our byte information. So here we can have as the file bytes. And finally, this content type. So here we can provide the exact content type information. So let me save this one. Yeah, file name is PDF. So the steps are very simple. Already I'm having file in my local folder. I'm just accessing using this file string. Then I'm converting into the byte. So finally, I'm adding this byte as the attachment. So if you are generating the files from our C# application, obviously we will get as the byte format only initially. So that actually we can directly add it here. Okay. So let me run the application and we can verify whether it is working or not. The response is 200 only. You can check from our mail. See, we have this content. Okay, the attachment is missing. So let me verify once again. So I understood the problem. The reason is we are adding this attachment in the object of builder. Okay. So before that, I am just included this body section. Okay. I am supposed to move these two lines after our adding our attachment. So then only it will work. Okay, great. The response is 200. See now, the attachment was there. The content is coming, and also we have this dummy PDF file. So the same procedure for attaching multiple PDF files also. So currently I'm not going to include one more file. So we can use the same stream, I mean this byte data, just to change the attachment file name only. Okay, I hope it will work. See, having two attachment. The first file name is attachment and the second one is attachment 2. And also we have the content also. Okay. So now we almost covered all the scenario. So in this example, I just use this two only. So in this real-time scenario, we may have the CC and BCC also. For adding the BCC and CC, we have the option there. The same, see email.cc, then add, then you have to follow the same step. The similar way for the BCC also the same. Okay. So now we closed this video. So still if you have any doubts or clarification, please post in the comment box. And also please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you. Thanks for watching.